Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam Paramanandamadhavam. Yesterday we saw the 3 doorways to hell. Remember? 3 doorways to hell. What are the 3? Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Can we chant the verse together? Verse number 21. Chapter number 16. 16.21. Okay. Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nashanamaatmanaḥ kama krodhastatha lobha tasmādetattrayam tyajet. Once more. Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nashanamaatmanaḥ kama krodhastatha lobha tasmādetattrayam tyajet. Kamaha, Krodhaha, Lobhaha. Kamaha, selfishness. Literally desire, but selfish desire. The negative aspect of desire. You can have a desire for the welfare of the whole world. Nothing wrong with that. You can have a desire for the welfare of your family. Nothing wrong with that. You can have a desire to have right food. No harm with that. When we say desire, what we mean is that which brings harm to the society, to others around you, to those whom you love, and of course that which harms you also finally. So we say this kind of karma is selfishness. We say this kind of karma is that which does not care for the welfare of others. That is focused only on self-aggrandizement. Cares to hoot for the welfare of others. That is kama. Krodhaha. Next. Krodhaha is the next avatara of kama. Why next? The first avatara of kama. When desire is blockaded, when desire is stopped, when desire has got an obstruction, the force of desire transforms into anger. Anger is nothing but the transfiguration of desire. It's an avatar. Lobha. Lobha is also the complementary avatar of Kama. Swamiji, what do you mean by that, Swamiji? To explain that, to answer that, some little analysis we have to do. Are you ready for that? Let us say Kama. The first beginning is Kama. The starting is Kama. Kama can be thought of in two ways. Kama fulfilled, Kama not fulfilled. Only two options are there. Either desire can be fulfilled or desire remains not fulfilled. If desire is fulfilled, what happens? If desire is not fulfilled, what happens? Okay? Shall we think about that? You already know when desire is not fulfilled, how does desire transform itself? Anger, krodha. So, not fulfilled, krodha. And desire, if it is fulfilled, do you think it will subside? It will transform itself into lobha. Lobha is greed. It is non-satiation. Says satiation. You don't get satiated. I think there's a howling. Maybe you can reduce a bit. So when desire it is fulfilled, you get Kama. Slightly reduced, that is sufficient. I mean not desire, okay? Vacuum. When desire is fulfilled, you have lobha, and when desire is not fulfilled, you have what is krodha. So now you got three: Kama, krodha, lobha. From krodha, anger, comes a temporary insanity, delusion. A person who is angry does not know what he is doing. A person who is angry can even murder. A person who is angry can commit the worst of crimes, totally unaware what he is doing, oblivious of what is right and what is wrong. Being oblivious of what is right and wrong, not comprehending the situation rightly, it is insanity, delusion, moha. So you have Kama, you have Krodha, you have Lobha. No, you have Kama, yes, you have Krodha, you have Lobha. From Krodha what comes? Moha. So now what all is covered? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. What is Moha? Little translation: delusion. What is the meaning of delusion? Being oblivious, being forgetful, being not clear, not comprehending what is the right way of action. Anger causes this. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now, so Kama is over. Kama not fulfilled, Krodha. Krodha leads to Moha. Kama fulfilled leads to lobha. Now lobha can also have two branches. Fulfilled, not fulfilled. Lobha, greed. Greed when not fulfilled, what happens? Greed when fulfilled, what happens? Greed, if fulfilled, leads to, you know who I am? Nobody greater than me. Anything I want, I achieve. Pride, mother, or ahankara, both mean same. So lobha, if it is fulfilled, mother comes, pride comes. And lobha, if not fulfilled, lobha, greed, if not fulfilled, what happens? That fellow gets it, I am not getting it. He got it, I did not get it. You get jealousy, matsarya. Do you see the ramifications of kama in its full glory or in its full notoriety? Do you see? Kama. Now let us go through this chart again. This is very important. You all should remember this. We should not forget it. When you are going to go away from here, I am going to come and stand there and I am going to pick up somebody and ask, tell me the ramifications of kama. Okay? Swamiji, really? That we will see. Kama, fulfilled, not fulfilled. Kama fulfilled, what happens? Lobha. Not fulfilled, what happens? Krodha. From krodha, what comes? Moha. Right? From lobha, fulfilled, what happens? Mother. Not fulfilled, what happens? Matsarya. Let us say this in English. Desire, fulfilled, leads to greed. Desire, not fulfilled, leads to anger. From anger comes delusion. Greed, if fulfilled, leads to pride. Greed, if not fulfilled, leads to jealousy. Do you require anything more than all these things to make a hell of your life? Anything else required? We require no enemy. These enemies are sufficient to make us miserable. And therefore, it is said, it is a doorway to heaven. Doorway to hell. Even by mistake, heaven should not come. It is a doorway to hell. And that is why, since these are your internal opposition party, and they are the most terrible fellows. Outside fellows you can manage. Inside he says and inside he troubles you. And that is why they called us enemy rupu. Have you heard of Shad Rupu? In Vedanta, those of you who are studying Vedanta for some time, you must have heard this term Shad Rupu or Shad Ari. Ari Rupu both mean same in Sanskrit, it means enemy. Shad Rupu, 6 enemies. And where are these 6 enemies seated? Inside you only, nowhere else. Making your life miserable, making our life terrible. Therefore, tasmāchChāstraṃ tyajet. Therefore, conquer all these 3. Why Swamiji conquer all these 3? Why he didn't say conquer all these 6? Actually, if Bhagavan Shri Krishna had said conquer desire, that would have been sufficient. Why? Because from kama only all these things begin, is it not? But still, Bhagavan Shri Krishna has said kama, krodha, lobha in order to show the ramification of it. in order to show the ramification. You know what is the word ramification? In order to show how it expands. You know, when they drop the atom bomb, first what comes? A mushroom cloud comes. And that mushroom cloud finishes everything. Because it mushrooms. The radiation mushrooms. And then destroys everything under its grasp. In the same way, kama mushrooms and becomes krodha and lobha. So Bhagavan has shown the first level of ramification. But the other level of ramifications, you have to understand and think for yourself. And therefore, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, tasmāt ētairvimuktaḥ tyajet. Sometimes what happens, it may not be immediately possible to conquer, or it may not be immediately possible to recognize desire. Because it is just a fancy. It just comes. But then what happens? The moment it becomes krodha, we can immediately observe. The moment it becomes lobha, we can get to know it. And therefore, even if you are not able to hit at kama level, hit at krodha. Conquer lobha. And when you conquer krodha and lobha, you get the strength to conquer kama also. Ideal is conquer kama at kama level. But if it is not possible, because you are not alert enough, doesn't matter. Let krodha has happened. Now you be careful. Don't execute krodha. Many times people ask the question, Swamiji, how to control anger? Don't execute anger, that's all. Anger, how does it execute itself? Anger first comes out through the mouth. Anger has got its own instruments of expression. First is words. Right? And the most choicest words come when we are angry. I don't know where the words are all there, those words are hiding. The moment anger comes, they all come and friend, choose me, choose me, choose me. And all these words hurry up. And then together they become a waterfall. And especially ladies are very good with the words. And poor men, they suffer. They say, what a word you are, why are you talking like this? And these men are incapable of intelligence. They can't get the words in a proper stream. So only expression they have is their hand or leg. What I am trying to tell is that do not execute anger. Non-execution of anger, it is the greatest wisdom at the time of anger. Swami Shivananda, most of you would be knowing, great saint, our Pujya Gurudev is Guru, gave sannyas to our Pujya Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda. In his ashram is also people, and people are people. So whenever there used to be any kind of unpleasant situation, and they want to come and complain to Swami Shivananda, the rule Swami Shivananda put is that you cannot immediately complain. After the incident is over, you have to wait for 3 days and thereafterwards make a complaint. What a very intelligent thing he did. Why? Not executing anger. Because in anger, it will tell you to do so many things. Please don't ever imagine because you are angry, people think you are powerful. Anybody has got that doubt in their, not doubt, that conviction in their head, throw that conviction out. Swamiji, what did you say? If you think by becoming angry, people are appreciating you, if you think by becoming angry, you are showing your power, if you think by becoming angry, you are showing your smartness and capacity and brilliance and your sense of authority, remember, every time you show your anger, the first person who suffers, consciously or unconsciously, is you yourself. And more you become angry, you only become a laughing stock for somebody. Not only you will become a laughing stock for somebody, you are remote controlled by somebody. Because the person can manipulate you. Because the person knows that you can get angry, and the person knows what to tell to make you angry and tell the other person, Dekha. What happened, sir? Gurudev used to say, to become angry is to punish yourself for the faults of others. What did I say? To become angry is to punish yourself for the faults of others. Therefore, beware. Swamiji, but anger is sometimes required. I will ask you this question. You have to honestly answer, okay? How many of you think anger is sometimes required? Honestly, I should not tell for my happiness. How many of you think anger is sometimes required? Please raise your hands. That is almost 40% of all of you. Yes, agreed. Sometimes required. Okay. But don't make that sometime every time. Number one. And number two, don't become angry, but get angry. Don't become angry, get angry. What you get, you can give up. What you become is very difficult to unbecome. Have you seen in dramas, in movies, in other occasions of acting, how the actor presents himself? Suddenly the actor becomes a king, he walks like a king. And if the same actor has to become in some other role, behave like a lover or a husband or something like that, again the action changes. And the same actor has to become a son, how he changes. And in the same movie, we can play different roles. And sometimes they can show anger also. But are they becoming angry? Okay. After that he says to the other fellow, his co-actor, "Kaisa tha? Badhiya na?" Like that, when you get angry and you have that exhibition of anger, what exhibition of anger, you should be able to ask yourself and congratulate yourself. Wow, kitna badhiya action tha. And when you can thus control and master anger, your anger will be respected. Because you have not gone from krodha to moha. But I told you, no, rarely. I am telling this rarely. I should not have told also, because I know you will use that small gap and say, this is a rare occasion. I should not have told you. I ask excuse from Bhagavan, and that rarely is very, 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 very rarely. And that should be only a exhibition of anger and not true anger. What is the statement I said? Get angry, never become angry. All right. Sometimes it is said, if you want to have desire for God. If you want to have anger at God. Oh God, why have you not given me your darshan so far? If you want to have greed for God. Bhagavan, I want to know more about you. I want to do more sadhana. In this way also, sometimes they change the object of desire, change the object of anger, change the object of greed, and then desire, anger and greed become sanctified. When God comes in, even poison becomes amrita. Alright, but that is not what they are talking of here. Here we are talking of what? Asuri prakriti, demoniac qualities. And therefore, here when it is said, it is not talking of that kind of love for God or anger or greed for God. It is spoken about the world. Therefore, tasmāchChāstraṃ tyajēt. Alright. Now, we go to the next verse, wherein Bhagavan says, if one is able to drop these asuric qualities, then what one attains? Next verse, let us read.
ētairvimuktaḥ kauntēya tamōdvāraistribhirnaraḥ ācharatyātmanaḥ
śrēyah
tato yāti parāṃ gatim ētairvimuktaḥ kauntēya tamōdvāraistribhirnaraḥ ācharatyātmanaḥ śrēyah tato yāti parāṃ gatim.
tamōdvārabhūtaihi ētairvimuktaḥ naraḥ. ētairvimuktaḥ kauntēya tamōdvāraistribhirnaraḥ. Is it not? I am just making it a proper sentence. Hey Kaunteya. Who's Kaunteya? Arjuna. Why is Arjuna called Kaunteya? Kunti's putra. Kunti's putra is called Kaunteya. Okay. Hey Kaunteya. Hey Arjuna. tamōdvāraihi ētaihi. Tribihi. These three which are the doorways to tamas. Tamōdvāraihi. Earlier it was said that they are the dwara for naraka. Is it not? Trividam narakasyedam dwaram. Here Bhagavan says that they are the doorways to tamas. Doorways to tamas, doorways to delusion, ignorance, suffering, and making a hell of one's life, which will lead one to greater and greater samsara. Therefore, tamas only. What else it is? Sattva or what? Darkness only. These three doorways to darkness. Vimuktaḥ naraḥ, one who is free. One who is free means what? One who has put efforts and conquered them. Such a person, ātmanaḥ śrēyam ācharati. Ācharati ātmana śrēyaḥ. Ātmanaḥ śrēyaḥ ācharati. Ātmanaḥ śrēyaḥ, welfare of oneself. Don't think by giving up desire, anger or greed you are helping somebody. You are helping yourself. You are truly helping yourself. How long are we going to live a life of mediocrity? How long are we going to tell ourselves it's okay and compromise? Aren't we feeling sometime at least enough is enough? One who is able to conquer these truly does good for himself, herself. Ācharati ātmanaḥ śrēyaḥ. And who else can help you but yourself in this? My conquest of my anger is not your conquest of your anger. The mind is an instrument for reaching the ultimate. Unless the mind becomes pure, it cannot walk this path. And the mind is ever sullied, ever dirtied, polluted by these atrocious pollutants. And therefore, one who is able to give it up. Please don't think whether we can give it up or not. We can definitely give up. Many before us have done it. We too can do it. And please do not think that one has to be a renunciate to do all these things. A sannyasi to do all those things. If that was the case, why would Bhagavan Shri Krishna be teaching Arjuna? Arjuna had more duties than all of us put together. He was a king, a royal person. Duties are more. Actually speaking, it is for the one who is engaged in work, in duty. Spiritual wisdom is important. Because wisdom is important for clarity in life. And when we are living life to its full, when we are working, that's when this knowledge is very important. And therefore, one should feel confident. Yes, I can do it. One should not listen to spiritual wisdom as though it is some advice for some time later in the future when I become old. The beauty is that people who become old think when I am becoming young next janma. The young think it is for the old think that it is when they become young. And finally spirituality is left for no one. So, if you are sitting here and if you feel that you have sat down for so many days continuously, please remember this knowledge is for you. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is addressing you. The one who is able to give up this, he does good for himself, tataha, and therefore with a pure mind thereafter. Once the mind is pure, knowledge becomes settled. When knowledge becomes settled, the knowledge becomes alive. This is a good light, but suppose this light is camouflaged with some dark cloth or blackened with soot. Will this light be able to reveal itself in all its effulgent glory? No, not possible. The same way, knowledge in a dark mind remains dormant, becomes ineffective and of no use. It is not that we don't have knowledge, spiritual wisdom. Many of us here are studying our Vedanta for quite some time. But why is that knowledge not becoming alive? Why is that knowledge not showing its splendor or effulgence? Because of this problem. Because the mind has not changed. The intellect knowing and the mind remaining dull does not help. The mind should cooperate with the intellect. Many times people say, Swamiji, can you tell my husband to please come for the class? Why? Swamiji, I come, but my husband, he is not interested. Okay, husband not interested. But if my husband also is interested, then it is so nice. Both of us together can support each other. Don't you feel very unhappy at that? I mean, not all of you. Don't you feel that? Don't you want the cooperation of the person whom you love the most? Don't you want the cooperation of your mind? Husband, wife are all external. Your mind is your internal wife. And if your mind doesn't cooperate with you, your wife, your husband does not cooperate with you, then a wise intellect but a mind which is in strike, to such a house you go, very difficult. You can immediately feel that in that house, sometimes husband and wife, they have fight and they don't talk to each other for some time. 1 week, maximum 10 days. More than that, difficult. And somehow you are invited to that home. Then the husband says, Swamiji has come. Baithiye Swamiji. Immediately something is wrong. No, मैं जा रहा हूँ, नहीं जा रहा. नहीं, Swamiji, बैठिए. The man says, the wife looks at like that. Then both of them go to the kitchen. Don't you stay there, sannyasi, run away from there. In the same way, within the mind, intellect, there is such a lot of non-cooperation. How can you walk the path of spirituality? The intellect with wisdom must be well supported by a mind that is good, sattvic. Only then spiritual progress is possible. And therefore, the one who has given up these such a person with that pure mind, tataha, thereafter. Look at the word thereafter, not before. Tataha yāti parāṃ gatim. Thereafter, such a person attains the highest goal. Parāṃ gatim. Parāṃ, highest. Gatim, goal. What is the goal of spiritual life? Liberation, moksha. Is it not? Self-knowledge, abidance in the self. One attains then, and not before. And after having said that, what is the way by which kama, krodha, lobha, all these virtues, no? All of you shaking, yes, virtues. All these vices. What is the way by which all these vices can be kept at bay? What is the method by which all these ignominious threats can be kept at a distance? How to conquer them? The method is this. We have 2 verses on that. Let us read them together.
śāstravidhimutsṛjya vartatē kāmakārataḥ न स siddhimavāpnōti न sukhaṃ न parāṃ gatim tasmāchChāstraṃ pramāṇaṃ kāryākāryavyavasthitau jñātvā śāstravidhānōktaṃ kartumihārhasi śāstravidhimutsṛjya
vartatē kāmakārataḥ
न स siddhimavāpnōti न sukhaṃ न parāṃ gatim tasmāchChāstraṃ pramāṇaṃ kāryākāryavyavasthitau yātvā śāstravidhānōktaṃ karma kartumihārhasi.
Śāstravidhim. Can you see that word? Yes, śāstravidhim. Shastra becomes a guiding post. Kama can come, krodha can come, lobha can come. Ask this question: what is right? What does the Shastra tell? Make it the compass of your life. Just as how the pole star, for people who go seafaring, shows the direction honestly and one can trust, just as how the magnetic compass tells the true north and thus the south pole, and you can trust when you go, just as how Google Maps is trustworthy. Google God, not so trustworthy. It is as trustworthy so far as you are, but once you go near, it confuses you, those who know. But just as how the compass tells you the truth and you can change your direction, your going, your way according to what you can see there, and put yourself in right direction without any hesitation. Even though somebody tells, this is north, that is north, but then you see this is the north, then you can't consult it. No, this is north. That fellow, whatever he's saying is not right. This is north, I go. The mind may come with 100 imaginations, 1,000 fancies, 1,000,000,000 wants. But what does the Shastra say? Keep that. What does the Bhagavad Gita say? What do the Upanishads say? What do the Vedas say? And let's say, for example, you, whatever religion you belong to, ask yourself this question. What does the Zen Avastha say? What does the Guru Granth Sahib say? Take the Shastra as the guidance and follow it implicitly. Here we are talking about the Veda. But then, yes, śāstravidhimutsṛjya. One who, utsṛjya, one who gives up. One who gives up means what? Swa-ichchā matrena. And does things according to his million fancies. Then what happens? Nacha siddhimavāpnōti. Such a person will not be able to get that ability, siddhi ability, will not be able to get that ability to attain the highest. And therefore, atha na sukhaṃ. Such a person will not get happiness here, na parāṃ gatim. Not happiness here, not happiness hereafter, meaning the other life, or parāṃ gatim refers to the highest goal of liberation. In other words, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is hinting to us here that the way to master kama, krodha, lobha is with the help of the external. When the internal abilities get lost, when one is not able to handle oneself with one's own intellect, with one's own mind, then take assistance. The Shastra tells you what is right. Even otherwise, the Shastra is it is not only because of when kama, krodha, lobha and all comes, Shastra comes to action. With or without, the Shastra is a right compass for life. Hold that. People say, Swamiji, I have not studied Shastra. Now, none of you can tell that. Because you are sitting and studying. You know what the Shastra is telling. Somebody outside may say that. But all of you are people dedicated to the Shastra in some way or the other. Maybe you are studying for the past 6 months. Maybe you are studying for the past 1 month. Maybe you are studying for the past 1 week. Maybe you are studying for the past 3 days. Maybe you are studying for the past 45 minutes. But still you are blessed by the Shastra. And therefore, tasmāchChāstraṃ pramāṇaṃ te. Therefore, the Shastra is the pramāṇa. The word Shastra has got 2 derivations in Sanskrit. We say nirukti, we say. How the word is derived. One, śāsanāt-śāstraṃ. Please write it down. śāsanāt-śāstraṃ. First derivation. Second derivation, śamsanāt-śāstraṃ. I am telling all these things. You may wonder, Swamiji, we are not interested in Sanskrit and all those things. Don't do that. It is because of this we have come to this level of ignorance. It is our culture, our tradition. This is ours. Ours means what? Your grandfathers, grandmothers, great-great-fathers. Swamiji, please tell the definition, Swamiji. Shamsanat Shastraṃ. Second definition. Shasanat Shastraṃ, Shamsanat Shastraṃ. Shasana is that which directs, orders, commands. Like a father, like the head of the family who commands in the home, tells this is the way we should go, full stop, no more discussion, this is the decision. Is it not? That is also required sometimes. Everybody gives their own opinion, discussion goes on and on for 1 week, no decision is taken. Finally this person comes and says, it doesn't have to be a man always. The lady also can be powerful at home sometimes. Most of the time it is that way. This is how it should be done. Full stop. Yes. Oh, all finished. All arguments over now. Because why? The person in authority has decided. In every family there is a head of the family. It is required. A family without any head will be rudderless. That is required. An army without a general is lost. Occasionally some mistakes do happen, but that doesn't mean that there is no necessity for a head. A leader is required every time, in every place. A leader is required. Not necessarily that leader has to be bossy and everywhere, every time come to the forefront. Not required. But when a decision is to be taken, a person does take a decision. In the same way, Shastra is that decisive head for the tradition. Like how an individual in a family, the family there's a head. In the same way, for the entire tradition, the Shastra is the head. Vedokilo dharma moolam. The Veda is the moola. Is a moola? It is a source. It is a source for the entire tradition, dharma moolam. Shasanat. But not necessarily always the Veda is Shasana. It is also Shamsana. Shamsana means what? It teaches. It expounds. It explains. When you understand why you have to do, and then when you do, then you do it with an internal conviction. The Gita is not only telling, give up kama, krodha, lobha, but the Gita is also telling why you should give up, is it not? That why is Shamsana. Shamsana. Shamsana, exposition. Because it explains. In this way, since the Shastra is a final authority, it is a compass of one's life. tasmāchChāstraṃ pramāṇaṃ te. Therefore, the Shastra is the pramāṇa. Pramāṇa is the authority. Pramāṇa. Pramāṇa, means of knowledge. Both these meanings are valid. With respect to Shamsana, Shastra is the means of knowledge. With respect to Shasana, the Shastra is the authority. That way Pramāṇa has got these two meanings. Means of knowledge, authoritative source of direction. In what? Kāryākāryavyavasthitau. Karya, what should be done. Akarya, what should not be done. Vyavasthitau. Vyavasthitau, in the vyavastha. In the vyavastha, in the order. in the order of what ought to be done and what ought not to be done, with respect to what is ordained and with respect to what is prohibited. The Shastra is the pramāṇaṃ. And therefore, what should be done? Jñātvā. Jñātvā, having known. Having known means what? Putting effort to know the Shastra. Each one of us should do that. If you want to study mathematics, don't you go to the school and study mathematics? If you want to study a language, say literature, don't you go and study biology? You want to become a doctor, don't you study chemistry? Don't you go and study? I forget about all those things. Just to know how to use your mobile, don't you study? And even with small things. That day somebody gifted me a pen, an ink pen. And when I opened the pen, that box, there was a paper in that. And it was written there, read this first. I want to know what is written in a pen to read. Read this first. Fill the ink. And then write. They must have thought I'm a Buddhu. Fill the ink and then write. Yeah, there could be a fool who just writes and it doesn't write. If it doesn't work, contact us. Yes. Even such simple things we require, what they call that? No. Some manual. What is that? User manual. For everything there's user manual. You buy a software, Adobe. With that comes a user manual. For everything there's a user manual. And for life there should not be user manual. What are you talking? Are you gone crazy? No, I will do as I want. What are you talking? And for all pen and for this mobile and for all those simple TV and for all those computer and this and that, you are getting manual and you read it. And then if it doesn't work, you consult with it. And if it doesn't work, you go to the help and search it. And if you still don't find the help, the phone number is there, you call the person. So many things you are willing to do for a pen. And for life? नहीं मैं सब जानता हूँ. कैसे? नहीं मैं सर्वज्ञ हूँ. What are you talking? Jñātvā. Put effort to study the manual of life. Jñātvā śāstravidhānōktaṃ. Śāstravidhāna. The commandments, the directions, the teachings, the explanations, the expositions, the elaborations. Like what we are doing now. Typically what we are doing is we are studying the Shastra. And it is very logical. It is not illogical. Any subject truly presented is logical. And I can tell you one thing. Our spiritual subjects, when I say our, I mean Sanatana Dharma spiritual subjects, are more explanatory in nature, helping you to understand. Of course, there are commandments also, but every command has got an explanation. It is not just thou shalt. Thou shalt. But there is an explanation why thou should. And if you don't, what happens? You will not find such a logical exposition anywhere. And I am saying this not because of any kind of fanatical. I have gone through many scriptures. I have seen for myself. But the beauty and brilliance of Sanatana Dharma, the Vedic literature, is simply mind-blowing. You have to see for yourself. I have studied, I have seen, I have exposed myself to a far larger amount of literature, and I can tell honestly, nothing beats the Gita. Nothing beats the Upanishads. They somehow stay as diadems in the crown of scriptural literature of the world. There is value in everything, but the beauty of presentation and the logic of exposition is matchless. Whatever it is, read those literature, jñātvā, and then after having understood clearly why not, how not, karma kartum iha arhasi. You ought to live your life accordingly. So, to conquer asuri sampat, to keep them in bay, to put our life in the right road, the path towards the highest, the ultimate, the samam bonam, what is the method? Jñātvā śāstravidhānōktaṃ. Go this way. In this way, Bhagavan Sri Krishna concludes the 16th chapter. Alright. Let us read the colophon. Om
Tatsadiति
Śrīmad-Bhagavad-Gītāsū Upanishadsu Brahma-Vidyāyām Yoga-Shāstrē Shri Krishna-Arjuna Samvāde Devāsura-Sampad-Vibhāga-Yogo Nama Ch.7-Vs. This is called a colophon. It tells you what this chapter is. It is considered that it is authored, this colophon is authored, as far as the title of each chapter has been given by Sri Madhusudana Saraswati. He is one of the greatest, expounders, teachers, saints of this land, Sri Madhusudana Saraswati, and he is supposed to have given, each chapter has got a heading, is it not? Devāsura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. Who has given that? It is not there in the original Mahabharata. You know Bhagavad Gita is from the Mahabharata. It is not there. It is given by Madhusudana Saraswati. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu. Thus in the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishadsu, which is the summary essence of all the Upanishads. Upanishads? The Upanishads are the Jnana Kanda. The Veda has gone to Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda. The Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the entire Jnana Kanda. The Upanishad truths are all explained here in great clarity. Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyāyām, dealing with Brahma Vidya, knowledge of the Supreme Reality. Yoga Shastre, it does not just deal with the highest wisdom, but it also provides you the actual means. Yoga is by which you can unite. Not only you know, but also how to walk the path, the philosophy and the practice. Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. It is the form of discussion between Shri Krishna and Arjuna. And what is the name of the chapter? Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. This is a chapter which is the differentiation between Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat. The divine virtues and the demoniacal and the demoniac qualities. We have seen what the word means right at the beginning. Ch.7-Vs, the 16th chapter. Now we go to the 17th chapter. Okay?
atha saptadaśō'dhyāyaḥ arjuna uvācha ye śāstravidhimutsṛjya yajante śraddhayaन्विताः तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः.
Arjuna uvācha. Arjuna, the student, asked a question. So a question should have a base. What is that which prompted Arjuna's question? Before we go to Arjuna's question, please see what Sri Krishna said in the 16th chapter end. He said, tasmāchChāstraṃ pramāṇaṃ te. The Shastra is the right means, is the authority for one's life. And we have seen that in detail. But do you think everybody knows the Shastra? It was said, the one who has got Daivi Sampat, remember, what is Daivi Sampat? Thank you very much. All of you have said 26 values. I should congratulate myself. 26 values. Now suppose I ask you what are the 26 values? I had it. But should we try what are the 26 values? At least you tell me what is the first value. Abhayam. Abhayam sattva samshuddhihi. Please see that. Let us chant the verses together, the 3 verses. 16th chapter, verse 1, verse 2, verse 3. Abhayam sattva samshuddhihi jnana yogavyavasthitihi dānam damascha yajñascha svādhyāyastapa ārjavam ahimsa satyam Krodha Yagashantirapaiṣunam Daya Bhuteshu Loluptvam Mardavam Hrīrachapalam Dhritishaucham Adroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivīm Abhijatos. Right? Up to this is Daivi. Next is Dambo Darpo Bhimanascha Krodha Parushyameva Chabhijatasya Partha Sampadamasurim. This is Asuri Sampat. 6. 26 Daivi Sampat, 6 Asuri Sampat. And what is the whole discussion about Daivi Sampat, Asuri Sampat? You remember? who is a adhikari for gaining this self-knowledge. Is it not? The one who has got Devi Sampath is a person who will attain that ultimate liberation. He is a person who would be able to reach that realization. She is a person who would be able to attain the supreme fulfillment. Spiritual seeker. Perfect spiritual seeker. Bound to, certainly will attain the highest ultimate reality. And who is not a seeker, who is not an adhikari, who is not a person who will attain the spiritual, that is a asuri sampath. So the one who has got Devi Sampath is a adhikari. You all know what is the word adhikari meaning? Adhikari, how would you translate? Adhikari? Person in authority? No. The person who deserves. A qualified spiritual aspirant. Please all of you tell me what is adhikari? Qualified spiritual aspirant. Once more. Qualified spiritual aspirant. Adhikari. A person who has got these 25 qualities is a qualified spiritual aspirant. Definitely such a person will attain the spiritual realization. And who is a person not qualified? Who is not at all suitable? The one who has got the asuri sampath. So adhikari, opposite, anadhikari. Correct? Adhikari, anadhikari. A qualified aspirant and not qualified at all. Two categories. And then it was said, the one who follows the Shastra will definitely be a qualified aspirant. That is how it ended. Jñātvā śāstravidhānōktaṃ karma kartumihārhasi tasmāchChāstraṃ pramāṇaṃ. So the Shastra component was brought in order to show a person who follows the Shastra will definitely be able to control the asuri sampath, kama, krodha, lobha, and will be able to walk the path of spiritual life with Devi Sampath. Is it not? Now the question comes, there are so many people who do not know the Shastra. So many people. And when I say Shastra, please don't think it is only Veda. The Veda is of course the source of entire Shastra in the tradition. The Veda, the Smriti, Shruti, the Smriti, Itihasa, Purana, and not only all those things. In our own regional languages also the Shastra is available. Sri Ramacharita-manas, unforgettable. It is available, but everybody, are they exposed to these things? Because of the regional languages, people get an exposure. Yes, it is there. Even a person who is illiterate. So many old people who do not know even to read, they have memorized the Ramacharita-manas. It is there. But even then, we cannot say everybody is aware of the Shastra. Yes or no? Do you all accept? Now Arjuna's question is, what happens to them? You are saying follow the Shastra. If you follow the Shastra, you will be able to walk on the right path. And walking on the right path, one becomes an adhikari, having Devi Sampath. But there are n number of people in this world who do not know the Shastra. What happens to all of them? One who has got Devi Sampath is adhikari. One who does not have Devi Sampath, has the asuri Sampath, is an anadhikari. But you please tell me, Even if somebody does not know the Shastra and does not follow a life according to the Shastra, because the person is ignorant of the Shastra, does it mean that the person will be an anadhikari, or will a person be an adhikari? Question is valid. And Arjuna puts a rider to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. They do not know the Shastra, but they follow with Shraddha. They follow with Shraddha, they follow with dedication the path indicated to them by others. In a village, there could be a person who is respected. Yes. And that person also may not know the Shastra. In so many ways, people have their own spirituality. Yes or no? And having their own spirituality, they walk a particular life. They have no idea of Shastra. You ask them what is Devi Sampat, they will not be able to say there are 26. Asuri Sampat, they do not know 6. Bhagavad Gita, I have heard something is there. What is that Bhagavad Gita? Something is there. One Krishna, one Arjuna, some story I have heard. Are you talking of that? Or is it that Krishna comes and then gopis come? No, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, mixture, confusion. Are you talking of that? Not much idea. But yet, are they all bad people? Can they also be adhikaris? They do not know the Shastra, but they have a certain dedication. Shraddha here means a kind of dedication. Shraddha means dedication, isn't it? Shraddha. Faith, but it's dedication. He does with Shraddha. When we say, what do we mean? He dedicatedly does. He faithfully does. With most reverence he does. So what happens to them? Will you call them Sattvic? Sattvic, Devi Sampat? Or will you call them Rajasic, Tamasic, Asuri Sampat? They do not know the Shastra. You said one should know the Shastra, learn the Shastra and follow life of Shastra and stick to the path of righteousness, cultivate Devi Sampat, etc., etc. And eschew Asuri Sampat, perfectly fine. But I am presenting to you a case. The person does not know Shastra, but is dedicated. Would you call that person Sattvic, therefore adhikari? Or would you call that person Rajasic or Tamasic, therefore becoming anadhikari? This is Arjuna's question. Please see, ye śāstravidhimutsṛjya. Krishna, hey Krishna, ye śāstravidhimutsṛjya. They have not gone according to the Shastra. Vidhimutsṛjya, have given up. They are not following exactly the Shastra. Why? They do not know the Shastra. They could know the Shastra. No, but they are not interested to know the Shastra. Why? They could be not interested because of so many factors. One is they may not know, they may not have got an opportunity, or a simple reason, they are alasi. Alasi? How would you translate alasi? Lazy. You told them come for the Gita Jnana Yajna. No, this is the only time I get to rest. No, you come and rest in the class. Hey, don't you tell anybody like that and bring them. You bring them, you tell them to come, yes. But don't tell them come and then sit in the last row and go to sleep. Some people come and sit in the first row and go to sleep also. Anyhow. Alasi. There could be so many reasons why one is not following the Shastra. Whatever be the reason. But then, yajante shraddhayanvita. But then they are doing their spiritual things. Yajante. Yajante, worship. Meaning, worship is not just worship. It is their own spiritual life. In their own way, they are having their own spiritual life. In their own simplistic ways. Their worship may not be with mantra. Om Grananaam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe. They call somebody. Om Puja over. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Yajante shraddhayanvita. Tesham nishta tu ka Krishna. Ka Krishna. Ka Krishna? Hey Krishna. Tesham nishta ka. How would you say that they fare? What is their abidance? What is their sthiti? Nishta. What is the sthiti means what? What is their state? What is the state? What do you mean? Sattvam. Is it sattva? Meaning they are adhikari. Aho. Or. Aho is or. Rajastamaha. Or do they come under the category of rajas and tamas, the anadhikari? Are they the adhikari? Or should we categorize them as anadhikari because they do not know the Shastra? But they have got a certain dedication, Bhagavan. They have got a certain dedication. You may call it an ignorant dedication, but it is still a dedication. How would you classify them? Good question. Very good question, Swami. I belong to this only, Swami. I also do not know the Shastra, I tell you. You may say, Swamiji, 1 week you came, 5 days I came, 1 hour I came, half an hour I came. That is all for you. I don't know. I just do what my mother told, what my father told, what my grandparents have told. I do. If you ask me what is the story of Shītalashtami. Ashtami, yeah, Ashtami, Shītalashtami. Yeah? If you ask what is the story, Swamiji, I don't know the story. But I call this person and this lady sings that. I have listened to it so many times, but I know the Ganesh one story is there and there is one Shitala story is also there, and that story is very nice. But which Purana, I have no idea about. So, but I follow. Today, whole day, morning, afternoon, dinner, I ate only yesterday's things. Tomorrow also. Tomorrow, no? Tomorrow, what is that called as? Tomorrow also. Gaur. Gangor, na? See? So many things we just follow. In which Veda it is there? Rig Veda is there, Yajur Veda is there, Sama Veda is there, Atharva. In the whole Bhagavad Gita, where is it? It is there, it will be there somewhere, definitely for sure. So, there are lots of people who just walk the spiritual path blindly following what the tradition does. What happens to them? Will they become adhikaris or are they not adhikaris just because they do not know the Shastra? They have a dedication. How would you classify them? So after explaining Asuri Prakriti, Devi Prakriti and saying that Asuri Prakriti is Anadhikari and Devi Prakriti is Adhikari, what is the role of dedication? Even when one does not know the Shastra. That is, question is asked now. We'll see the answer tomorrow. Time is now 8:02. Can I take 3 more minutes? Swamiji, you take. What is said? To study the Shastra in a language easy for all of us, with concepts so readily presented so that we can comprehend well, Chinmaya International Foundation has brought some very simple courses. And they are all in this green pamphlet. Have you got this? Did they give you? Those who have not got, please don't be concerned. When you are going, they will give you. Now don't get disturbed. They will give you. But I will definitely tell you what is there in this now. There is a course called Foundation Vedanta course. Foundation Basic. You can start your journey. I would advise this for people who are totally new. Swamiji, in which language, Swamiji? English. Will we understand, Swamiji? Yes. Are there many Sanskrit words, Swamiji? No. Foundation Vedanta course. Second is Advanced Vedanta course. In Advanced Vedanta course, what you already studied in Foundation, and in addition to that, all the important concepts of Vedanta. Concepts. Every term, what you require for your actual study of Vedanta is taken, explained in detail. Advanced Vedanta course. Then there is a Bhagavad Gita course. Then there is a Upanishad course. Nobody can say there was no opportunity for me to study Shastra. That's how our Gurudev ensured that knowledge comes to all. Okay, Foundation Vedanta, please tell me what all are there. Foundation Vedanta, Advanced Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad. All are there. And all these courses are available in postal, which means post, it will come by post. Online, which means you can download the lessons wherever you are online. And also webinar. What is webinar? Somebody will be teaching you online. You can choose whatever is convenient for you. In addition to that, there are some Sanskrit courses also, easy Sanskrit, advanced Sanskrit. In addition to that, there is also other course like Vedic mathematics. Make it happen. A very short program for very busy people, but they want to study Vedanta in a very short, practical, applicable way. Everything is there. Ask what you want, that is available. But ask. Alright? So this brochure, before you go, please carry with you. And if you don't have, ensure that you take from them and you go. This brochure is available there? Or are they going to distribute? Okay. And please do not throw the brochure here and there and go. And don't roll up this and put. Okay. Swami, how do you know all these things? मैं सब जानता हूँ. I was also sitting there, no? And I have seen. All right. We conclude. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Namudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om